Yo, what up YouTube? CC back today. Seems like you guys didn't really hate me doing this reaction thing yesterday, and since you didn't hate it, we're going to do it again. And if you hate this one, then maybe we won't do the next one. I don't know. We're just trying to get to Madden 18, and it's so hard, and it's so close, but so far away. But we're going to get there. We're going to get there. So we're going to be reviewing Toke's top 10 running backs that he has. I think, unless... homeboy was doing some drugs. He's going to have David Johnson up there. He's going to have Le'Veon Bell up there. And I think Zeke's going to be up there too. With him being a rookie, I'm not 100% sure. But they love Cowboys players. So Zeke's he's probably pretty high up. He's probably a top 5 base elite running back easily. Where he falls in that top 5, I don't know. Maybe 3, 4, 5. He's definitely not going to hit that 1 or 2 spot. And for my list, I'm very biased because I'm a Falcons fan. We've got Devontae, we got Tevin, and to me they're both amazing. They both should be in here, right? But I didn't make this list, or else they would definitely probably be like number 5 and number 6. And they're probably not in Toke's list, which is fine. But I do want you guys to watch out for whatever cards Tevin Coleman gets throughout the year, because he's going to have the speed, he's going to have the trucking, the juking, the catching. He might end up being either the poor man's David Johnson or better than David Johnson's cards as the year goes on. Mark my words for it. Write that shit down. But let's start here. We see at number 10, our man Toke picked AP. Don't have a problem with that at all. I understand he's still got the big name, right? So keeping him as an elite here is fine. Of course, we did find out today that 80 overall pluses are elites, so he'll definitely be elite. But an 85 rating, I don't really have that much of a problem with. So let's watch this, and let's react.
Adrian Peterson has moved teams. He's screwed me over in fantasy football multiple years. Probably a lot of you guys as well. He is still going to be coming in at number 10 in my top 10 running backs into the season of Madden 18 at an 85 overall. Now, I don't know if he deserves an elite card. A lot of fantasy football experts have him going.
He deserves an elite. He deserves an elite, especially with the new ratings. Like I said, 10 maybe, but anytime you're at that borderline, it's difficult. All right, so at number 9, he's got, who is this? Marshawn. All right. I'm kind of surprised he doesn't have Marshawn higher. We know Marshawn's been gone, right? The last time we actually had him in the game as a base elite was Madden 16. I believe his card was an 88 overall. So dropping him down to an 86 after a year off sort of makes sense. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually did sort of just bring him back at that 88 level. And I don't know how good he'll be this year, with the understanding I have that a lot of the actual skill moves that running back have do stuff now, so it's not just trucking. So we obviously know in 17 the trucking back was the only back you needed, right? But in 18 it seems like that might not be the case, and without a lot of speed, because Marshawn's cards are never fast and high trucking, he may be a 3rd and 1 back, but I think you'd probably be able to find cheaper budget options like a Derrick Henry, personally. But again, I have no problem with his rating here. I just don't think he's going to be a super usable card, in my opinion.
He's got one of the best offensive lines in football, and Jack Del Rio is going to run the football on the 1-yard line. Seriously, I don't see.
He's such a dick. All right, let's just continue on. Let's continue on. Next up, he's got, all right, DeMarco Murray. Again, I don't have any problems with that. DeMarco was a monster last year, resurrected himself from Philly, when he was awesome in Dallas, but he was running behind that line. Ain't nobody giving him credit for that. Same reason why a lot of people didn't give Zeke credit. But regardless, you still got to get the hole. You still got to break the tackles. So very impressive. I think this is probably about right for DeMarco Murray, right? He's not flashy. He doesn't really have a big name anymore. But giving him an 87 sounds right. That sounds right. I don't have a problem with this at all.
Carries with Derrick the Glitch Henry. But DeMarco Murray seems like he's back to his normal self after last year or the year before that with the Philadelphia Eagles. Had an amazing season with the Tennessee Titans, and I truly believe that we will see DeMarco Murray at an 87 overall to start the season in Madden 18. Now, guys.
All right, let's go on the next one. I agree with his points there, and now he's got Jordan Howard. All right, well, I didn't see this coming. Well, Howard had a great rookie year, right? Howard was an amazing rookie, totally overshadowed by our man Zeke. An 87 though, that's too high for me. Calling him top 10, maybe he's a top 10 back in the league in reality, but in MUT, I would have normally said he comes in as a gold, but I'm thinking more 84, maximum 85 for Jordan Howard here, so he would not have been in my top 10. And again, similar to Marshawn, I don't really know how valuable he's going to be in the game. But if he actually shows out and he gets a bunch of upgrades, his car later on in the year could be amazing. But to start the year, I don't know. The Bears don't really get a lot of love ever in MUT. So let's continue. See what he has to say about Jordan Howard.
So good. I can only hope that the cards in Madden are going to look as good as the ones you see on the screen right now. But Jordan Howard,
I mean, that picture is the exact same that they used in this year's MUT, right?
Number 7 running back impacts day 1 of Madden. Now, like I said, these are my personal opinions. If you disagree with me, please.
All right, looks like the next one is easy to tell. Shady McCoy, 88. I don't have a problem with this at all either. I think Shady's going to be an amazing back, right? There's one thing that I look for in a lot of my running backs, and that's agility. And Shady is always at the top tier of agility. Agility is how you cut in the game, right, with your run stick. And it's super, super, super important to me. I love to run the ball. So Shady McCoy is definitely someone I would like to get my hands on. He can catch. They usually make his juke move pretty high as well. And if juke is really back, Shady's going to be a monster, right? I don't know if you guys remember in 16, there was a BCA, I think it was 16, BCA LaShawn McCoy. And they gave all the BCA cards like 90 strengths, right? But that Shady, he had great stats just as a running back himself, but when they gave him the 90 strength, he was just a damn fucking tank. And so if they did something like that for BCA again, I would love that. But I like Shady here as an 88. And I think he's probably going to be one of the better running backs in the game, in my personal opinion.
Acceleration is catching out of the backfield. His ability to juke and elusiveness is really going to rank him in a tier higher than almost every other running back. Let's just say that juke comes back to the way it was in Madden 16.
It's almost like he's talked to me about this before, right?
Difficult to bring down. Now, I have no idea what
I hear myself in these videos. All right, let's go. Let's keep going. Up next, he's got Zeke at an 89. Yeah, I would be thinking more 88-ish for Zeke. But I don't have a problem with it at all. He's super popular. He's going to sell, right? And you know he's going to have a monster game early in the year. He's going to get that great Team of the Week card. And so that makes sense to keep him higher at the start so that when he has that monster game, they can easily make him like a limited edition pull out of packs, drive a lot of sales. It's pretty smart. I don't mind Zeke as an 89. I guess he's his third best base elite running back, which means he's definitely skipped over Devontae Freeman and Tevin Coleman, which means he's a bitch, but whatever. Let's keep going.
He could be higher than 5 overall, but the two guys I haven't talked about yet, we all know are just amazing running backs. Zeke runs hard. He's a rookie. He's going to be in the league forever and arguably has the best offensive line in football. Without him being suspended,
he's going to be great.
He's going to do bigger and better.
Zeke's going to have a good year. Zeke will have a good year. All right, so who did he put next? Let's see here. David Johnson. No problem with David Johnson. His stats will probably be amazing. He's going to look like the best base elite running back. He'll look better than Le'Veon because he's going to be faster, right? David Johnson's got some speed. Ever since he's come into the league, ever since he's got cards and MUT, they've all been glitchy. And this is going to be no difference. I think he definitely starts out as the most expensive coin-wise running back in the game. Even more so than Le'Veon. But I do expect Le'Veon to be 1 rating point higher. So again, I assume here, if he's a 90, I would put Le'Veon at 91 just because Le'Veon is indeed the best running back in the league. There's no question about it. But David Johnson, he's a monster. And if you got a lot of coins, you better go snag this man. He's going to be a beast. Beast.
Johnson. Now, David Johnson at a 90 overall had a breakout year with the Arizona Cardinals. If you had him on fantasy, you definitely should have won. If you didn't win with David, you shouldn't play fantasy football. But David Johnson, 90 overall, you pull this card right out the gate, you're going to have yourself a running back for the first 2 or 3 months in the year.
I wouldn't say first 2 or 3 months. He'll last a while, obviously. But I think between him, between Zeke, maybe DeMarco Murray, there's going to be some running back that's just going to explode, obviously, in the first 2 or 3 weeks. Someone's going to get a monster Team of the Week card and overtake him. Plus, I believe we have Legends coming up here as well. So let's go see. He's obviously got Le'Veon here as a 91. Makes total fucking sense. Why wouldn't you? Le'Veon is amazing, but I really want to know who he's got as his Legends. So let's go here and let's see.
Game, which is going to be number 2 running back Barry Sanders.
All right, so we know Barry's.
Feels good to say that again.
We know Barry's in the game from the GOAT edition cards that you get. So putting him in here as a 93 is interesting. I don't expect the GOAT players to be this highly rated at all. But I would expect that for those legends who are getting these GOAT cards, what Ray Lewis, Barry, Dion, they're going to be huge focal points for upgrades, maybe for big promos and big sets and stuff like that. So we really need to see the stats on these GOAT players before we decide who to pick. But Barry could literally just be glitchy this year.
93 overall, Barry Sanders is going to be the highest rated running back. Now, I know he's at number 2, but the legend at number 1 is who I want to see in the game the most at the running back position. But with Barry Sanders, you get an opportunity to pick him as your GOAT guy if you pre-order the game. And I think he's really, depending on what the overall is, might be the most popular pick at the GOAT pre-order edition. Now, at number 1 is going to be Walter Payton. If you've been playing, man,
okay, bringing Walter Payton back. I like this. I missed Walter Payton this year. I pulled his boss card in 16. Walter Payton's cards have always been real glitchy, super balanced card. I'm not a Bears fan at all. I didn't watch Walter Payton because I wasn't really alive back then. But I understand the greatness that he was. So I understand this. I would love to have him back in the game. If I was going to pick another running back that I would like in the game this year, someone that we used to have and we didn't have last year, and someone we actually had for a couple of years, because what I'm hearing is juke is better, right? So I want someone who's shifty, right? And to me, the greatest card that I love to use, because I pass him my running back all the time, was always Marshall Faulk, right? He was always had like 90 catching, 90 juke, decent speed, just great card. I've loved Marshall Faulk cards. Would love to see him back. And if I had to pick one other legend running back at the start of the game, I don't know. I take Walter Payton. I would use the shit out of Walter. But we already know we're getting Barry to start, so I doubt we actually get another legend running back to start. We'll probably get one in the first or second weeks of Legends on the weekends, I would guess. But this is Toke's list. This is my review and my reaction of his list. Hopefully this was okay and not boring as shit. If you were bored, I apologize. I am not an entertainer, but I'm here to try and provide you with 10 to 15 minutes of time where you don't have to think about the shithole game that was Madden 17 and you can just look forward into Madden 18. But hope you guys enjoyed this. Until next time, I'm CC, and I'm out. Peace.